Hello everyone. Today's broadcast has to do with the trial results for Nixzaliz Santiago, the so-called mother of little Nixzmary Brown. In my two previous broadcasts, I pronounced her name Nixzmary, and I apologize for not knowing the correct way to pronounce her name. But that mistake is a very minor one when you compare it to the stupidity of the jury in Brooklyn, New York. But I guess I should have expected such a verdict coming from the citizens of the same city who allowed Nixzmary's so-called stepfather get away with murder with a mere manslaughter conviction. The same conviction handed down to little Nixzmary's tramp of a mama. This poor excuse of a mother stood by and watched her sissy boyfriend named Cesar Rodriguez beat, starve, and rape her 7-year-old daughter. As far as I'm concerned, she is just as guilty as Sissy Rodriguez, and they both should have been put to death. But then again, a third jury in Brooklyn came back with a not guilty verdict in the trial of Robert Ellis, a man with a lengthy criminal record charged with murdering a New York City police officer. Ellis admits being with two other men and claimed that those two guys had killed the officer. Yes, Ellis admits being there and seeing it and being part of committing other crimes that night, but hey, I didn't shoot the officer. No way. So, you know what? The jury in Brooklyn let him walk. Now I ask you, what city do you think I would go to if I should ever want to kill someone? Now I wish little Nixzmary and Officer Russell Tomashenko were both alive and doing well. But since that is beyond my control, I wish I could bring a well-known Texas punishment and justice to Sissy Rodriguez and tramp Santiago and punk-ass Ellis. And as a bonus, I would love to sit down with the two scumbag lawyers, Jeffrey Schwartz and Kathleen Mullen, in a little Texas conversation. It irritated me like nothing else to find out that scumbag lawyer, Jeffrey T. Schwartz, and I guess the T stands for turd, brought in a coffee mug inscribed "World's Greatest Dad," and had the gall to claim that little Nixzmary had given the mug to Sissy Rodriguez as a gift because he was a loving father. Folks, here's a photo of that coffee mug. I have a little message for old JT, Jeffrey T. Schwartz. You know there, JT? Old Hitler should have given the name Schwarzenegger to his regime and flag. You heartless scumbag, bowel-eating, intestine-feeding... Yeah, I'd like to say more, but I'm trying to keep it, you know... Oh no, the hell with it, you son of a bitch. I believe God made each of us capable of taking a life under certain circumstances, be it in self-defense of ourselves or a loved one. I have never taken a life, and I'm not here to argue the policy of turn the cheek. However, I do believe that there are those out there who deserve to be sent on the fast track to heaven to meet our Maker before He sends them on a one-way trip to hell for the hell that they have enforced on others. With that said, I have made another tribute to little Nixzmary, and you will find the tribute here on my site. January 11th marks 3 years since her precious life was coldly and brutally taken away from her. While this murder was at the hands of the two people whom should have loved her the most, there were so many others to blame as well, such as neighbors and children's service workers. Plus, let's not forget the case of Nixzmary's biological father, a man named Mayan. It was reported that he showed up at the funeral home to see his daughter for the first and last time. I ask you, Mayan, why was this the first time you had seen your 7-year-old daughter? And now, folks, this brings me to my last comment. The new tribute to Nixzmary contains a letter that I imagine Nixzmary would have written if she could have. And it will be my last video posted for the year 2008. Good night, and God bless. And remember, please, please, embrace the little ones with love. Love.